want to come on here and talk about anime. So this time I want to talk about Naruto. Naruto was like the first anime that I actually watched, not the first manga I read. And I'm actually still watching it now. I'm watching Shippuden. I'm a very slow watcher. My top favorite characters in Naruto are Naruto, Shikamaru, and Gaara. Gaara makes me feel so much. First of all, his look, perfect, edgy, emo king, red hair, eye tattooed on the forehead, black eyeliner, short stature, freaking sandbox on his back. Like, that shit's amazing. I love characters who are super duper powerful. Like, whatever skill they got is so niche and specific that people cannot beat it. And him being able to move sand and being so skilled at it and being so feared, amazing to me. Watching a fight between Gaara and someone else, you're always like, what's gonna happen? Like, what new thing is he gonna whip out? Like, when you watch a fight with Gaara in it, it's not gonna be a typical ninja fight. You're not gonna see moves you're used to seeing, like punch, punch, kick, kick. You're gonna see some new shit. And so it's exhilarating. And then if you come across someone who actually is able to target on Gaara's weakness, it's even more interesting because you're about to see a takedown that you've never seen before. His successes and his failures are all going to be so one of a kind. It's fascinating to see what it does to his ego and sense of self, what it does to my sense of respect for him. Besides his looks, besides his amazing ninjutsu, I love his story. I feel so strong. How do I explain it? The fact that they made Gaara like a perfect foil to Naruto, to see how two children with the same childhood can come out so different, but share each other's pain and have a sense of understanding there that no one else will ever get. And his emotional flashbacks, when they started to show those, good God, the feelings of loneliness and isolation and just pure hatred from others. It's like he wasn't out here really looking to be violent, but why would you not be violent when provoked in a world that's been so violent to you unprovoked? That segues me into loving Naruto. Naruto's annoying as fuck, don't get me wrong. He screams too much. He does not have any battle strategy. His passion and the fact that like he's genuinely good inside, like that shit makes me weep. And the fact that he can reach out to people like Gaara and share that dynamic with him and that connection, like that was one of my favorite things about watching Naruto, was seeing Naruto grow, Gaara grow, and then seeing their connection. It put together something so beautiful. I feel like I'd never seen an anime where they showed a connection between two different people so well. Since they didn't show Gaara all the time, I was always so like excited whenever Gaara did come into the mix because I knew a connection was going to happen between him and Naruto. So Naruto's passion and like he has emotional intelligence in a way, even though like at the same time he doesn't, and he just like screams and rampages over like things he doesn't like, but his moral compass is just so good, and I find that so refreshing because in like real life you really have a hard time finding people with a moral compass that's so solid and good. And so seeing this portrayed in like an anime, it just gives me hope. Naruto is a symbol of hope. He's a symbol of change. He's annoying, and I've just admire how hard he has worked to get through his tragedy of being an orphan, of being hated, of being a Jinchuriki, how hard he worked to get his village to love him and to become, I don't know what else to say. Like, if you watch Naruto, which most everyone has, it touched us all in the same way. I have cried so many hard tears over Naruto because it's just that special and meaningful. And like, if this life can feel kind of meaningless sometimes, and Naruto is a reminder, and just story after story of how life is so meaningful and all layers, all levels, all types of people. Meaningful for the bad guys, the criminals, the people with no moral compass. Meaningful for the people who stick to the status quo and are perfect. Meaningful for people who are a little bit weird or different and outcasted. It's just, I don't know, watching that in my youth was so helpful. And I think the themes of friendship and just caring about one's village, about one's peoples, It's just amazing. It's just amazing. And then the third favorite character, also, let me clarify, these favorite characters are not like, oh, character one, two, three. They're my holy trinity. They're all equal. At most, I would say Shikamaru is at the top because he's the one who I very blatantly realized I loved. His battle strategy, oh my god. Back whenever I thought I was attracted to men, I was like, I have such a huge crush on Shikamaru because of his mind. His mind in the toughest of situations, the ability to stay calm and figure out some sneaky little tricky thing to do. And he's always been so advanced for his age, and he's like chilled and laid back, but you know he's not lazy because someone who's lazy does not fight like that in battle. Someone who's lazy does not strategize like that. I am so proud of Shikamaru. He can handle, and he's had to handle so much at a young age. He's had to have his entire team on his back. He has never failed me. Even when he has failed, he's never really failed. And he continues to learn. He's one of the most solid ninja who makes me feel safe and trusted. If there's a fight, if there's a scene with shit going down, I know I can feel safe if I'm watching Shikamaru in it. I used to feel safe watching Gaara in it until he got at the beginning of Shippuden. And then with Naruto, I be going back and forth because his Jinchuriki kind of makes me feel secure, but then also he as a person makes me feel like not very secure when he's in battle. But Shikamaru is that bitch, and he's not an over the top character. He's not looking for his accolades, and like his dad is so fucking cool too. The way him and his dad processed the death of his sensei by playing chess, that shit went crazy. That shit went absolutely crazy. I love these characters. They're amazing. I've not finished Shippuden. So the story with me, my lore, my history of Naruto is that I watched through it when I was younger and I loved it so much. It made me feel all the feelings. I think the last big battle they had where like I was scared everyone was gonna die, I cried so hard and so much that I physically could not move on to Shippuden. I was like, I'm worn the fuck out. This show has me a mess. I can't watch this. So for years, I did not watch Shippuden. And then finally, I decided to pick it up. And it's been taking me years to finish Shippuden. And I'm not worried about that. I used to be all like, oh my gosh, I'm such a slow anime watcher. I'm not a real anime fan. No, because you know what I get now? I get this amazing series that I get to watch throughout my 20s versus binge watching it in one summer and being done with it, because that shit hurts. Having your show or your series be over fucking hurts. And so this way, it's like it's never over. And I will say, now that I'm older, my interest in anime isn't as strongly obsessive in terms of like actually watching like a whole series. Like I have a life now outside of watching anime like I did when I was like a tween and a teenager. I gotta say it. Gaara is sexy. Shikamaru is sexy. And honestly, Naruto's sexy too. If I had to marry some fictional men, it'd be one of them. Probably not Gaara, probably not Naruto, because Naruto's too silly and fucking dumb. Gaara's too emo and a little sadistic. But Shikamaru, boy! And if I ever get a tattoo on my body, it'll be of Naruto. No, I'm just kidding. Probably not. It'll probably be Avatar The Last Airbender, which don't even get me started on Avatar The Last Airbender. Maybe I'll make a video about that.